What's up, home? Turn that light towards the wall. The wall. And come slightly, like diagonally. No, don't bring it to me like that. Right there, that's good. No, come back slightly. Come back. No, turn it slightly. All right. Yo, welcome y'all. Strictly explicit truth. Shifu Drew, what is going on? Whoa, whoa! Yeah, let me take a couple seconds to get my brain ready. I know y'all see the title. Who is your enemy? So just for a few seconds or several seconds, just marinate on that. Who is your enemy? Let's just, yeah. Who is your enemy? Again, like I always do, I'm gonna take you down my day, let you know the journey that I had for today. As I always tell you, I'm outside daily. No ambulance, no stretcher, no death, nothing. Okay? That's pretty much how it is every day when I am outside. For those of you who don't know me, I'm in the DMV area. If you don't know what DMV means, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Kind of like, I'm also from Brooklyn originally. So, like in Brooklyn, we got the tri-state area. So their tri-state area would be the DMV. Outside daily. Constantly seeing nothing. What's that to say? Well, I'm seeing a lot more murders. I'm seeing a lot more clapping, and I went through this last week, than I am seeing, sick death. But just to do a quick brief summary of what I said last week, we're still acting as though we are the ones who are at fault. And I think once you start doing that, your job is done. Your job is done. You can't continuously say you think for yourself when you give yourself excuses for going along with what they say. If someone tells you something, let me fix it. I'll see Ali, right? If someone tells you something that is not for your benefit, is for their benefit, and you sit there and you do it, and your explanation is, I probably have to do that again because it's kind of for the light. Yeah, if someone tells you something and what they're telling you is only for their benefit, and then you turn around and you do it, and your excuse is, well, I did it because I don't want my leg to be broken. And it turns out your leg wasn't going to break anyway in the first place. You can't look at me or look at yourself and say you actually made that decision based off of your own thinking. No. It was fear that was implemented into you for you to go ahead and say, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's fine. Listen, This is not the I'm gonna agree with what Sifu Drew say every time. That's not what it is. In fact, I want you to disagree. Because when you disagree, we can have a peaceful, educated, intellectual, metaphysical, conscious conversation. Because that's what it's supposed to be. And when we do that, we start to break down the layers of each other. You know what it means when brothers is building? We're using the term building for a reason. We are building blocks of knowledge we exchange to each other for things that we may need that we are doing in our personal selves to better ourselves. That's what building is. That's what reasoning is. And when you have that build, you actually come to a solution within yourself. You understand? So now I put in the title, Who is Your Enemy? Because we're still acting as if we have done something wrong. What did you do wrong? You was tied down for like $1.50, year and a half. You were tied down for $1.50. What did you do wrong for you to act towards somebody the way you are acting, for treating them the way you are treating them? It is misguidedness within yourself. All right, here we go. You have a choice to succumb the things you are going through into society. You can either absorb that, or you could choose to observe it. The society which you are in that we did not create, let's get this straight, but you can either absorb that or you can either observe it. And in the observation, check this out. In your observation, you have now stepped out of the box and realized there wasn't a box in the first place. You have now took yourself out of that space from which was that illusion. So now you look, you're like, it's that. Kind of like now all you see is, it doesn't matter where you are outside. All you see is, they don't even look up to cross the street, is it? And then when they get caught in the middle of the street and you honk, they looking at you as if you did something wrong. No, the car belongs on the street. So this is the kind of programming we're going through right now. And programming, which I know a lot of you hear all the time, but you have to understand, the reason why we use the term programming is because what is a program? What is a program? And how does a program work? Okay. You have school, right? Schools have their educational program, right? What is their program? Math, science, art, PE, even lunch, whatever. The programs within those classes, okay, you need to take so you can function within that time you are in there. You know, you have like a year, a semester, you know what I'm saying? I mean, 4 semesters, you know what I mean, which will equal the school year. So within that school year, those classes that you take inside of those classes are the programs for them for that school year. So it has to be embedded in you, that program of the subject that you are being taught. It has to be programmed in you for you to get and understand, or for you to operate, or for you to go ahead and solve that problem, or go ahead and do the test, or go ahead and do your essays, or do your examination, whatever wording you want to use. If you're in a math class, I'm just breaking down program. If you're in a math class have their own programs within it that they give the students. Why? Because they need to see where they are. They need to see where they are on the educational level. Okay. So for that school year, all of their programs that they have listed, they use. And then they monitor and watch the progress of the child for that school year. How do you know? Because we get something called report cards. Progress report. Progress report. So, in society's programming, there is a progress report. Things are done, then it's being observed when they are done, and after they are done, they report back to whoever is controlling the shit. Again, program. Programming always comes with a progress report. So while you step outside of the box and you observe what's going on in society, you realize there are certain programs that people are living. And in these programs, you are being observed. As you are being reserved, you get a progress report. Sort of like a person who has a criminal record, their criminal record, that's their progress report. Yeah, you have done this year, this year, and that year. You know what I mean? And then in 1987, you did this, and then you skipped up to 2000, and you did, okay? You're in a program, and usually when you, like games are programs too. Television. And after you watch the programming, you judge it, right? After you watch a program, you judge it. You give your report on it. You see what I mean? As you're being in this program, okay, you are not analyzing the very importance of what's really going on and what's going to take place. Because if you did, you would be on a different level right now. And I'm not saying on your different level. Okay? And let me explain. If you understood that your DNA was being tampered with, right? Would you accept that? I already know the answer, but would you accept that? If you knew your very insides, organs, liver, lungs, small intestine, large intestine, pancreas, if you knew those were to be affected, your brain cells, your nervous system, your muscles, your tendons, your skin, your hair, your teeth, your nails. If those things were to be affected, you already know the question. So in that question that I'm asking, why is it so easy to believe something outside of you? And I ask this all the time. Why is it so easy to accept something outside of you, but you can't accept something inside of you? It's okay to have your own opinion, because you have to understand, for many years, it's been this up and down spiral with us and the government. And every year or every day, we have mixed feelings. Not me. When I say we, I mean in general. We have our mixed feelings, which confuses me because, again, if you keep abusing me and nothing I do, nothing I say, or no form of positive action, or no form of positive influence that I have among my people, I am still the lowest of the low, the bottom of the bottom, the weakest of the weakest, the worst of the worst. What is the point? of me accepting what you want to give me or what you want to tell me. Stop force feeding. And now it's not even force feeding, it's like, here. Okay. You know what a spell is? Just because someone is talking with passion, that doesn't mean they're aggressive. No, it does not at all. In fact, it's the opposite. Someone who talks with a lot of passion is more excited than aggressive. And for those who choose to say they have common sense, you should know the difference because there's a feeling in that. There's are two different feelings. If I'm passionate about something, there's not an anger emotion inside of it. Whew. Man, I'm about to go in. I am annoyed. I am annoyed. The minute you start to accept what's inside of you is the very instant, yes, at that same point that you realize it. That's when you realize what your purpose is. And I already explained in the beginning, if I didn't, your purpose, okay? Because again, the children observe and watch us. They're watching us, they mimic us. Your purpose is to be the best example that they can see because it's not about us. Children, I'll say up to the age of 25. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't want you to agree. We're not here to be like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, no. You have your input as well. A child's mind, you know what a sponge is? You put a sponge down if something is real wet. What does the sponge do? It absorbs. That is a child's brain. And I was discussing this with two of my daughters earlier. You must always have these conversations with your kids. Anytime you reasoning, make sure they're around. So, I'm gonna put my water. Hold on. Hold on. So I was conversating with my daughters, and I was explaining to them that the child's mind is a sponge; it absorbs things. So you shouldn't overload their brains with too much things at the same time. I was trying to give her how to break down on studying. I said when school starts, you should do 10 minutes of this subject, 10 minutes of this subject, 10 minutes of this subject, 10 minutes of this subject. And then I said, before you turn TV or anything on, the last 30 minutes, have nothing on, be in silence. Let your brain cool because you just went through all of that. Let it absorb, let it sink in. Excuse me. After, then you can go ahead and watch whatever you want to watch or do whatever you want to do, or go come in the gym and work out or whatever. You can go ahead and you can do that. You see, what we tend to forget is that every action and every move and every speak that we make, they watch and they hear it. And there are certain trigger words to them, not trigger in the sense of they get mad or go off, but there's certain trigger words that will click to them and it will stick to them. And they'll be, oh, okay, well, this is the word I'm gonna use, or this is the action I'm gonna do, this is the attitude I'm gonna have. And without proper guidance in some of these areas, especially if you have daughters, and we know I got more daughters than this whole household. But in that, you have to make sure you break down these things for them, because fathers out there, remember I explained earlier, they are the first ones, you are the first ones that they fall in love with in sense of what they want a man to be. So the prime example that you need to be for them is The example you need to be for them is how they see you. How they see you is the example you must always be to them, because that is what they're going to search for when they get older and they go out on their own. The bond between father and daughter is very important because there's certain things that is lacking. So let me get back to the sponge. So their brain is a sponge. Everything we do, they see. So I was telling her, 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that, 10 minutes on that. Last 30 minutes, rest, give the brain a calm down, then proceed. But that's how we should be as well. Because the examples and the advice that we give our children that we didn't take, we should take within ourselves in whatever areas or whatever things that we're tackling. Because that makes us better in their eyes and it makes us better for ourselves. You see, I learned because I was naive and ignorant. Ignorant in the sense you don't know, because that's what it means. Let people be who they are. I respect the fact that I am the way I am. I am. There, I don't feel bad. I am not bitter. Nothing. I know I am a person. I like to go outside. When I go outside, I really don't like to be around people unless I want to. When I'm ready to interact with people, I do. Not to say that I don't like that, but I love focusing on self-mastery so much. My grandfather was like that. So I know I have the same thing. I love being in the space where I'm always focusing on self-mastery. And here's the opposite. My daughters are very adventurous. And I like that. And I don't stop them from being like that. And they understand like that. I love doing things with them. When it comes to them, yes. You want to do it? Yes. Somebody else outside of that, no, because I feel like here, this is all the family I need. This is all I'm good with this. Not to say I have, and that's just that's just I am. I'm a lot humble than I am. I'd rather somebody be like that than me be like that, because that's not really my thing. But you see, I know that. So I allow myself to be myself without feeling anyway. I don't get that feeling right here, moving in. I don't get that. Because I learn how to say, okay, well, you're the type of person, you go to work, you come home, nobody's going to call you to come back outside once you hit that door. Bam, that's just how it is. If you're a person that you're adventurous and you're an outdoorsman, then continue to be an outdoorsman. But you have to find balance in other things as well, which I am starting to do. I like to hike. I like to go out in the wilderness, those hiking trails and stuff. I like to hike. You know why? Because for me, I love being around trees. The wooden dummy, the other wooden dummy I got. So ever since I was young, I like playing with sticks. I used to, and so I'm an earth sign, so that kind of makes sense with why I like everything that's been rooted to the ground. So I love being around trees and nature. That pleases me. And I think I'm more comfortable being around nature and animals than human beings, which is also fine too. It's not that the fact I don't like around being human beings, but like minds, like minds. Again, like Professor Griff said. That's what I love being around like-minded metaphysical people, because I guess the things that I'm into, you understand what I'm saying? I constantly want to speak about. I constantly want to build on and grow on. So I know if I'm like that, then I know I will have to surround myself or watch things or do research on things that I know that I like and I'm interested in. You understand? Because the average person, not everybody, but the average person, they're not on that. But I've learned to accept that. Not accept it in the sense that I was forced to do. No. Accept who I am, because I am. I am. And you are. You have to find that. Look, if you know you're a business person, there's nothing negative at all about being a business person. At all. But know that that is your lane. That's your lane. There's nothing wrong with someone else being in their lane. If you're trying to pull them out of their lane, don't be upset if they say, no, I don't want to do that because I feel like it's going to, kind of mess me up mentally with what I have going on. And I like where I'm at. I like being who I am. Or if you know you like to go places, only those places because it soothes you and your soul, then you let that be known and you accept and you embrace that. Or if you eat something, or you work out a certain way, or if you're into certain music, you understand? That's how you should be, how you are. Not you, but the you. You. I am, you are. So, in saying that, all of that, what do we do next? Should we go back to the original cause? Or should we start off with something simple? Simple as a pimple. Which one? You want simple as a pimple, or should we go to the original cause? I feel as though we should go back to the original cause because somewhere in there, again, we are missing the will. Okay? Not the self, because I'm going to be honest with you. The self always appears. You know it. You feel it. You feel it daily. The self always appears. It's always there, and it's always done its one main thing. It does what it has to do. The will, though, on the other hand, do we want to deal with that, or do we want simple as a pimple? I'll choose for you. We can go back to the original cause because we are lacking in acknowledgement. Your lack of acknowledgement and knowing that there's fear being implemented into you constantly. And not only that, now the fear is for you to fear others who are around you. So, that was a long introduction. So, saying that, I need some more water. Who is your enemy? Who is your enemy? Who your enemy? Who is your enemy? It's me. It's them. It's your neighbor. Person you work with. The guy on the bus. The school driver. The principal. Just people in general. Who is your enemy? Why did I put that? Well, because if we are going to treat people with the distance and the prejudice way that we have been treating them, I'm not calling it discriminatory. It is prejudice. I'm calling it what it is. And the reason why I'm using that term is because I don't want you to use this virus as an excuse to be like, oh, I'm staying 6 feet away. When you know you have already been like that. When you know your mentality is like that already. So let's just get that out the way. So, who is your enemy? Do you know within the 3 cells that you have, each time the enemy turns out to be the same exact person? Know who that is? You. You are your enemy. Damn, that's fucked up. Why you say that? Again, I'll go back to fear, and I'll do a podcast next time just on fear. Again, you watch the news, they're telling you mask. Oh, hold on. Just wait. This morning, Fox News. Oh gosh, boy. This morning, Fox News, I turn on the TV. Sarah, let me go in the bathroom and just, go ahead and build up some strength, brush my teeth, wash up my face and thing. Wake and bake, you know. And I watch the man on the news. Watch him now. Listen now. Watch him. Your mask. Wait, listen. Listen. Don't hear me. Listen. Your mask is more important than your freedom. I'm going to say it again. Listen. Your mask is more important than your freedom. Your mask is more important than your freedom. I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to come back to that. So every day the media instilling in fear with you. Vaccination, virus, mask. Vaccination, virus, mask. Murder, vaccination, virus, mask. Murder, vaccination, virus, mask. Murder, vaccination, virus, mask. Murder, okay? And every day you are succumbing to the fact that you're coming to the giving in part. That's what you're doing. I'm just good. That's fine. But what you did at that point, you removed the will. You dumped the will back down. Remember, the will is the mother, the self is the father. And then you also have the father of manifestation. You remove the will again and brung in fear and made yourself an enemy of you. In expressing this whole COVID and the pandemic that we had, in that, you became an enemy of you. That was all. You became an enemy of you. How did you do that? And I explained to you already, the will as the mother, it already had some fear and guilt because guilt already came approaching it with guilt. Guilt within itself towards the will. So the will already had fear that if it came back to the self, it was going to push it away. Knowing that the self did not intentionally push the will away. But now what you did intentionally was remove the will, your willpower, you remove the will. Brung in fear, made yourself an enemy of you. And now the heart and the spirit is all fucked up. Remember, the self and the will conceived. Heart and spirit came out. Father manifestation came out. That is within you. That's what I'm talking about. Try to keep up, people. Keep up. And within that, you made yourself an enemy of you. And you see, you must realize attitude, mood swings. You only have an attitude with yourself. Who you mad at? Nobody did anything to make you upset. Nobody did anything to piss you off. You got frustrated because you got frustrated with you. You know why? Because you stopped doing what you were doing when the will and the self were combined. You stopped that. You allowed fear. Fear is a state of mind. How many things you have seen that you have came across by accident and that you thought that if you would have came across, you thought you were going to be scared and you wasn't as scared? I don't know if you've seen the footage of the lady. The lady, she was on a hiking trail with a friend and thing, and there's a little bear. She was standing there, and a little bear came It came right up to her, and it done petting her and leaning on her and everything, and she just stood still because it was unexpected. And because it was unexpected, she had no time to either be scared or not scared. It was no feeling. She just stood there. She wasn't in shock because she was still moving her hands. She was like, I think she had her phone in her hand. I don't know if y'all seen that footage, but the bear was there. If she was an enemy of herself and dealt with that fear, she probably would have reacted in a way and that bear would have tore her ass up. At times, we feel as though being nervous about something or being afraid of something makes us weak as a person. And it does not, because that is also a part of ourselves as well. We have fear, we have guilt, we have heart, we have spirit, we have soul, we have father manifestation, we have will, the divine selves, the three main divine selves. We have all of those things within us. The whole blasted tree of life. Okay? So the only thing is we feel as though hiding those things, hiding those fearful, I won't say emotions, but hiding that fear or hiding that nervousness or fighting that idea of I'm gonna be looked at as someone weak or someone who can't handle pressure or anything like that. So what? So what? How did you get here? I didn't get here from you. So why are you concerned? And other people jump into other people's business because they also are enemy to themselves. Something is going wrong with you that you feel you need to interfere or tamper with somebody else's life. Make someone else miserable. But if someone doesn't feel that misery that you're trying to place on them, what happens? It goes right back to them. You're an enemy to yourself. You go outside, keep your distance, but then you judge. And a judgmental look, says more words than you opening up your mouth and judging them. Just looking at them a certain way says so many words, and that is wrong. You know, a lot of times when we're going through, okay, let's say you're going through relationship issues. Something happened last night, both of y'all upset. Nothing specific. Just y'all had a disagreement, both of y'all upset. Okay? Now, you both go to work. You have an attitude with your coworkers. You're not mad at each other, really. Let me explain it. Let me break it down. You're not mad at each other. You're mad at the subject that was brung up. But again, the fear, the guilt, you removed the will. It became an enemy of yourself and allowed that anger to take over. Enemy of the self. It's more dangerous than anything. So, I won't come back to this news thing, you know. Your mask is more important than your. You know what? I can include that with what I'm talking because it kind of goes hand in hand. Your mask is more important than your freedom. Freedom? First of all, freedom. America? I thought America was the land of the free and the home of the brave. Am I wrong? Hold on. Let me say this. Let's think about this now. Come on, guys. I may be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Isn't America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Somebody please, just think. I don't want you to agree with me. I want us both to think together. Even if you have your own opinion, still, we have to think together. We have to use our common sense. You're mad. He said, your mask is more important than your freedom. This little paper piece of shit that I could just rip, I could snap this and rip this off. Please tell me how this is protecting me and I could do this and rip off. Everybody have their own kind of mask and this and this. They haven't been talking about the robberies that's been going on since we've had to wear masks. Oh. But come back to this. Your mask is more important than your freedom. Freedom. Something that everybody struggles in America to have is freedom. I mean, isn't the Constitution based on freedom of the press? Freedom of speech? I mean, stop me, please. Freedom. Hold on, let me try to take this on. All right. Freedom. Your mask is more important than your freedom. Okay? I want you to hear me again. Your mask is more important than your freedom. Freedom is something, again, everybody in America struggles to gain. Shit, just something basic people want freedom on. I want the freedom to walk down the goddamn street without somebody fucking telling me anything about my damn dog. I want the freedom to be able to pull out of my damn driveway and go all the way to work and come back without having to get a damn ticket for any damn nonsense. I just want the freedom to eat. Can I eat? Can I eat in peace? Let me fix this thing. Can I eat in peace? I want the freedom to live in a house that doesn't have an HOA. Can I do that? Can I live in peace? I want the freedom to burn a spliff without any harassment. Can I do that? Can I have the freedom to do that? Family, he said on the news, your mask is more important than your freedom. Are you fucking kidding me? Your mask is more important than your freedom? God damn. So, what does that mean? That we dealing with intelligence now. Remember the title is Who is Your Enemy? And I just broke it down. You are. You're your own enemy. So if they're saying your mask is more important than your freedom, then what does that say about you and freedom? You don't have it. You never did. You never did. And when I say you never did, I mean everyone sitting here in this corporation they call America, you don't have freedom. You could ride with those don't tread on me license plates out here all the fuck you want. That don't mean shit. You can have all the guns you want. You ain't free. Period. I think the funny thing is everybody's a slave now and didn't even know it. Everybody's a slave now and you didn't even know it. It's okay. It's okay. Oppression, yes, it's hard, but guess what? We done been learn how to survive that shit. We on different shit now. We on taking care of our health shit. But again, if your mask is more important than your freedom, then you just told everybody that your freedom will never be important. And I don't care what you have to say, how much protests, how much organizations. You could be LBGTQ, ABCDEFG, all of that. You could be Black Lives Matter. You could be black people on the corner. You could be KKK. You could be all of that shit. You don't got no freedom. You ain't free for shit. You get nothing. You get nothing. In fact, again, I said a couple of podcasts ago, if you don't have a seat at that table, you are not important. You are the sheep. You are the sheep, and you've been the sheep. You know why I don't include myself in that category? From day one, and my family could from day one, I have always done what I wanted to do. And when I mean in that, I mean, if I don't want to go somewhere, I'm not going. If I do not want to do something, I am not doing it. If I want to embrace something from my spirit and my soul, I'm going to do that. Whatever wakes up inside of me, that's what I'm going to do. It has never led me wrong because I see now that is what I am supposed to do. I am, you are, okay? So for you to make yourself an enemy of yourself, you just became a danger to yourself. Now you're constantly aggravated, okay? You're constantly pissed off. You have an attitude. Your girl having mood swings. Different type of energies is flowing around. And now your whole space is just in chaos. You're in chaos. It's chaos mode. Round one, fight. Now you start battling yourself. You know how you battle yourself? Because you're getting an attitude and doing all type of thing in the house and you're frustrated and this and this and this and this. And that there's a clash. There's a clash. The three cells has now clashed because you chose to remove the will. Again, will, the mother. Self, the father. Then you have the father manifestation. Then you have heart and spirit. You just cause so much dysfunction. So how do you get it back? How do you become good with yourself again? Well, that's going to be a process. Now you have to set a different program within you into order to be able to do that. Because now you're talking about self-mastery. You could disagree, but I embrace your disagreeing because it makes me better. It makes me realize, see, every disagreement is about learning. If you disagree with me, it shows me that everyone is not the same. Everyone doesn't have the same view, and everyone is not. But I'm not going to dismiss you because I've learned a different perspective. I gained different knowledge. Do you know I always read? They're going to call me the new book man because I'm reading Chinese medical Qigong. That with the original cause and the meta nature volumes I have, it seems like all of them go hand in hand, right? All of them go hand in hand. And within those things, I've learned within myself that there was an imbalance. I mean, still kind of is. Them screws are not there at all. They're not even loose. They're just, I don't even know where. You know, y'all know that shit already. That's just somewhere. But because of that, I now took the time to embrace who that was. See, I embraced who that was. 7 personalities, within the self. There's 7 personalities within the self. Back to that number 7. So he's one of them. I kept him, sat him down. I got you. Because he just wanted attention. That part of the self wanted attention. He didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay attention. I just have to give attention to that part of the self. In order for me to not be an enemy with myself and then steady fighting and tussling, I'm thinking people are doing me wrong. People are the one making me upset. I'm making myself upset. Me. But I don't want to admit it, address it because I'm all man. No. It must be addressed. Not someone to address it in you. They could do that all day, every day. You must address it in you. Because then again, the children, they see this, they see one of the 7 personalities that they haven't gained a full understanding of yet. Because again, they watch and observe. And now, for some reason, they can't understand why this self has chose to come out at this time. So now we have to look at that self, like I said just a while ago, calming down and give attention. What's good, my nigga? What do you want? Or what's good, my sister? What do you want? What do you want? And that's what you have to ask is, what do you want? It's fine to have wants and needs. That's why they're called wanting and necessities. You need both. It is necessary for you to want what you need to get out of you. Do not ask me to repeat that. But seriously. So, who is your enemy? And why did you choose for that enemy to come out at this present time? Because you chose to remove the will. Remember I said before, the will, it had all of this guilt coming towards it because it didn't understand why the self chose to remove itself from it. And I told you all the self wanted to do was rest. But in the process of the self resting, it went through all of these different experiences. And it was asking itself, was the will going through the same experience? And it was. It was. And it didn't know. The will did not know. So when they came and reunited, they understood what was going on. And what happened? What happened in that? They came together. Now, the will was dark. Self was light. The self was warm. The will was cold. You see where I'm going with this? I did this already in the beginning. Yin and yang. Go back in the earlier joints, you'll see it. Yin and yang. So when they came together, they manifested heart and spirit. You can't get heart and spirit without the will. The will needs to be there. That is the feminine part of you. Masculine principle, feminine principle. They both have to go together, hand in hand. If not, hence the words, who is your enemy? You become an enemy to yourself. But it's okay. Once you've realized that, you take the time, you break yourself down, and you address all of the 7 personalities. All of them. At once. Because remember, when you're battling with the lower self, the idea is not to diminish it or kill it. The idea is to control it. To control it from ever being a distraction again. Which is why I came up and I was saying people are acting prejudiced and discriminatory towards each other. If you're not wearing a mask, then I'm going to blast you and put my phone up. If you are wearing a mask, I'm going to take my busy ass time out of my life to get on you about masks and why this is not this and why this ain't real. And then I'm going to get on you why this is real. And then I'm going to tell you not come to my store because, we shouldn't be doing that with each other. We shouldn't do that. You did nothing wrong. So to put the idea in your head that you and other people around you are a threat to each other is just dumb. It's dumb and it's wrong. At that point, when that happened, you lost humanity. What happened to being a humanitarian? That went out the window. Now, I would say, not the major majority, but a small percentage of the majority are not doing that. The rest are. You get All right, dude. Just calm the fuck down. All right, don't be a jerk. Just stop that shit. All right. Okay. We know, we get it. You're with it. All right, we get it. And then there's the other guy, is being a jerk. And, I ain't putting no fucking mask on. All right, they say put it on, but they fucking establish. It's weird when you're going to buy something. Don't be that dude neither. Don't be that person neither. Just don't do it. Don't hate someone because they got something, and don't hate somebody because they didn't get it. You are no better because you got a shot, and you are no better that you didn't get a shot. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you have to still live your goddamn life. You still got to pay that bill, right? The bill got to be paid, right? So what you do in your personal life and what you do in your medical or your physical health, that's not important to me, because you should be being healthy in the first damn place, right? Don't make yourself an enemy to yourself, because all you're going to do, you're just going to take that energy and drag it on and pass it on to somebody else. There's a random person, people at your job, people in your house, people in your neighborhood. When you go to a restaurant, go to a bar. Who is who? That's how you're looking at each other now. You don't know who is who. Well, I got to be careful going here. Oh my God, I hope not a lot of people are here. A year and some change, for real, a year and some change. I could see if it was like 5 years, 10 years of you being locked down for you to act this way. But stop acting like you literally sat in your goddamn house for a whole year. You did not. You took your ass outside. You ran, you walked, you jogged. You did things. You did things. Do not become an enemy to yourself. What you pass on to yourself, it will transfer into these children. Children behave. Watch this. Children behave according to what they see when they grow up. Let me show you what I mean. I was growing up in Brooklyn, and the dudes that be in front of the building, they be hustling in front of in the lobby and shit like that. That was my idea at the time, because I was young, of what dudes are supposed to do. But in the mix of that, I proved myself wrong at the same time, because when I got around them, a few of them, they were spitting some knowledge. And I learned, that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to only be around when these specific people are going to be around, because I know they're going to start speaking that shit. So I want to be around to grasp that. You understand what I'm saying? Man, enemy to the self, boy, that is dangerous, yo. That is dangerous. Talk about the ego. The ego. Thank you. The ego. What is ego? Ego ain't shit. Because first of all, whether you're a man or a woman, you're not supposed to be dealing with ego in the first place. For some reason, that is an illusion that high business class, presidential class, and the rich, for some reason, have to have. Celebrities and so they have to have an ego. Ego is not real. I'm gonna just break it down for you right now. Ego is not real. Okay? It is a feeling, an entitlement. Okay? That's what that is. That's all it is. Any person dealing with ego is dealing with entitlement and privilege, period. I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. That's what they're dealing with. Oh, you got a big ego. I don't know why you're a damn entitled ass feel like you should have any kind of goddamn ego. Who are you? You're nobody. You're not. Because if you go back to the last podcast, I don't want to do this lesson all over again. But I said, but because how things are now, and people are not tapping back into their consciousness, you are now dust. There is no spirit in you. There is no soul for those who I'm speaking of. Because you choose to not bring the will and the self back. You do not want it at all. You don't want anything from inside of you at all to manifest. Well, now you're just a husk. Now you are the true definition of the walking dead. And we shouldn't be like that. When we make our transitions, we should all be with our ancestors, making that transition with them, being ready to prepare ourselves to come back to our family who need us in the living world. But we only can do that if we're not an enemy to ourselves. It's been raining for what, the past 4 days, I don't know, 3 days or whatever. And I'll be at work in the morning. And even though it's raining, people are still coming outside, not even with umbrellas. You know why? Because just the idea of you being locked down now, or somebody forcing you to be locked down, is just too much. They're like every 5 minutes, where I'm at, every 5 minutes they're coming out of their work building. They don't even smoke. They're coming out as if they take a smoke break, because just the fact of being inside, look how crazy you've gotten. I've heard people got divorced over the pandemic. Oh my God, my kids. It's too much. It's your dad. You bought the damn house. You created the damn family. You mean you were never home? You're just realizing this? You're just realizing a child does childish things? You're realizing you have to be up under your wife? You have to be up under your husband? Do you guys not sleep in the same bed? What the fuck is that? Oh my God, I didn't realize how much my husband get on my nerves. Yeah, vice versa. Really? Really? You mean 10 years that y'all been married? You didn't know y'all pissed each other off? Really? Where the hell do y'all sleep? Who's home? I mean, that makes no sense. I mean, that boyfriend and girlfriend shit. Listen, boyfriend and girlfriend is a different kind of relationship than it is with being married. Whether you live with your girlfriend or not. There's two different kinds of relationships. Okay? There is no main obligation there. There's no main responsibility there. If you see what I'm saying, let's not be jerks. You know what I'm saying. But you couldn't even handle being in your house. I'm in VA, so the majority of the people that I see when I'm coming off of work, before they go home, they're hitting the bar. Oh my God, your life is so bad being in the house. You gotta make. I'm gonna just get a drink, bring it to my house, and I'm gonna drink in my house. That's what I'll do. Like, is that bad? It is not that bad. You being home that much was that bad. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth, you look in the mirror, can't even stand to look at yourself. That's messed up. Enemy to yourself. Y'all remember that movie, Enemy of State? Well, you became an enemy to your state. This is your state. Damn, I should have named it that. Enemy of your state. Shit. Damn, I be trying to come up with like witty kids thing. It didn't really work that much. No, it didn't work. It didn't work. I'll get better. It'll get better. Yeah, so interesting. I had a conversation, a very, very good conversation today. And anytime you get a chance, fellas, ladies, anytime a woman and a woman could get a good bill on, it's good to do it. And I explain what a build is. When two people are building, when we say we building, you are creating the building blocks, okay, of improvement within yourself, and you exchange these improvements with each other. And all y'all do is just give each other motivation and advice and encouragement on how to keep that going. Building. So anytime you could get a good build, sisters, with another sister, please do that. Fellas, the same thing. So, not to make a joke, but in one of the bills I had, it was, you guys remember the question, what is the greatest lie that I've been told? That the devil doesn't exist, right? And so my cousin go, you know what I think the second greatest lie is? That men rule the world. And I had to agree with him. Now I'm going to get metaphysical. He started off by saying, what The things that men do don't do for themselves, and I'll elaborate. And that's true. Man, why you go to work? Why you go to work? You know why you go to work. You know why you go to work. You know why you make that money. You know why you do all of that. To secure a home and your woman. Period. There's no man here on this damn earth that does anything on this earth for himself. It is all for his woman and family. Period. Period. If anything, men don't do anything for themselves that much anyway. That's why they really don't care when they spend money. Or when they go certain places, or when they do certain things, because it's not really for them. And I had to dissect that in that process, because if you look at the beginning, if you go back to the ancient days, Hatshepsut was the first pharaoh, female, mathematics, creators of sciences, health, nurse, all of them. That the woman is in that. The women are the nurturers of the earth. The women create the people who are in the earth. A man cannot give birth. Do not come to me with your science shit and medicals. There we're starting to do this, that, and the third. Stop. Stop that shit. Women bring life to this planet. Period. There's not a man in here that can bring in life at all. Don't try to be a dumbass and I'm going to try. No, don't. Don't take away that gift from women. We cannot create life. We cannot hold life inside of us at all. We can't do it. Okay? Women are the life force of this planet. A man can create an individual. A female can create a nation. Nation. One woman can create a nation. How the fuck all of y'all get here? I didn't get through in my father's butt ass. I didn't get there through his asshole. Shit. And I don't like that idea anyway. You understand? So women create the life force of this planet. They're the nurturers. They sense things that we cannot sense. They feel things we cannot feel. You understand? They're empaths. I don't think you should go there today. Well, I don't know. Just something that's like, you shouldn't go down there today. And you go. And what happened? Can you do that? We could get a vibe when we're out there. Get a, but the intuition that they have, we don't have. Those gifts can be given to us at birth. You understand what I'm saying? But the essence of it, we don't have. We will never have. We will never have. The way they can care for a child, us men, we can't do that. We have to go about it different ways. We learn. And we learn from them. In fact, everything we've learned from them. Everything. Women are better than math than men. Pay attention. Well, don't pay attention. Give attention to that. You ever notice you was in the class? Like, you know your math shit, but you know the main ones who be acing it was the girls. Yo, how you do that shit, yo? What the hell? There's something. And I'm not going to attempt to do that. No, I'm not doing that. I'll let a woman do that. I'll stay out of that. But there's something about the female's presence, about their spirit, about their soul. Do you understand what I'm saying? That we do not have, cannot grasp that. It is difficult for us to do. Okay? Why am I saying that? Because if I just explained that men do everything that you see men do, they do for the purpose of their woman and their family. I bring that up because a man knows that in the household, we don't make the rules. I mean, even if you're not married, you don't have a girlfriend, and you living at home with moms, you know mom's making the rules. All dad do is enforce what she said. Yo, what your mother said? What your mother tell you? What your mother tell you to do? That's all we do. That's all we do. Didn't your mother tell you to go and put that thing back? Okay. Didn't your mother? I just heard your mother tell you. If I hear your mother tell you to do something, let your mother say it again. That's all we are the enforcers. That their example alone should let you know for years, even in ancient time, it has been that way. It has been that way. Let her get pissed off right now. Fellas, let her get pissed off right now. Let her come in the house and you get the face. You know the face. You know something's. The whole house is quiet. We make no rules. We just enforce the rules. Daddy, can I have some cookies? I told him they can't have no goddamn cookies. Shit. Your mother said you couldn't have no cookies. Daddy, can I get a juice? I just told them they could. If you give them a juice, God damn, I don't even want a juice now. Shit. God damn. I don't even want a juice. That's all we do is enforce. Enforce. They set the rules. They set the tone. They set the order. We keep up the order. But that's the balance. That's the yin and yang. That is the balance. That's the balance. Okay, this is what I said to do. You implement it. You make it happen. Bam. When I'm not around, you got it. When you're not around, I got it. It shouldn't be 70-30. It should be 100-100. If we are both giving the 100%, you understand? Then there's no need for me to do things to continuously want to impress you or keep you around, because I already know the importance of the family is for me to provide, protect, educate. We can't just only, if you're a father, hold on, Pops. Pops says, hold on. If you're a father, it's not, you can't just only be present. You can't only be present. You have to be involved. Some fathers think like just because you're saying, yeah, you know, I'm present, man, I'm there. No, you have to be involved. Yo, it'll be a sad thing to say that if your child gets married and they're conversating with their mate and they're talking about their father, and the first thing they say is, well, you know, my father was there, but, you know, he was just there. He never talked or gave me advice or nothing like that. That's a sad ass thing to say. That's sad to say. We can't just be present. You have to get involved. You have to care. You have to know. And not know just because you want to have the people say, oh, he's a good father. No, because you really are concerned. You care. Children want discipline, attention. You think they don't want discipline? Man, I'm telling you, it's a shock. But yes, they want to be disciplined. They want to know that there's someone out there that really cares how they turn out. I'm not about to sit there and have somebody who's an enemy to their self be around my children. And if I'm an enemy to myself, then I'm going to need a timeout. Daddy going to need a timeout. Take a walk or walk the dog or do something. Earn a spliff. Chill out. Read a book. I told you. Reading. And that's what I encouraged in my kids. I said, listen, read everything. Newspaper, comic book, history book. Read it. Math book, science book. Read it. Because two of my daughters love science. They in that science shit hard. They like science, anime, gaming, the whole nerd thing. The whole nerd thing. Which is weird because right, you know what I'm saying? I probably get it from your mother. But and I told, read everything. If you don't understand something, come tell it. We'll read it together. We'll break it down. Boom. On the weekends, I get up and I'll read Marcus Garvey Life and Lessons. I'll just read one page and I'll just explain to them what I read. And they'll know. Just from how I explain it to them, they'll know. But we must read everything. Reading is not only to improve your vocabulary, but it's for information. I'm telling you, The information you receive from reading things and reading things that you're interested about, it heightens you. It brightens you. Man, man, man. I'm tired now, y'all. But I had to come in and speak on that. Another thing too. This is what you need to add on. And I'm talking about when you're dealing with the self and the will. Okay? There's nothing wrong with addressing your flaws. There's nothing wrong with addressing your guilt. There's nothing wrong with addressing your heart. There's nothing wrong with addressing your spirit. You'd be like, I think my spirit fucked up. You ever heard people say that? Then you check it. You check it. It's you can lock yourself. There's nothing. Why are you talking to yourself? Well, how the fuck you gonna know yourself if you don't talk to yourself? Ask yourself, yo, AD, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What action would you like to take? What do you want to change about yourself? Okay. All right, I want to do this, and then I want to get up and do. Okay, hold on. You can't do all of this at the same time. So you must learn how to not overload yourself. And this is what I tell myself. For real, I'll get frustrated. I'll start doing this. All right. And then when I do all right, I gotta breathe, process everything I just thought about, because I get loaded. I load myself with so much information at one time because I want to do everything at the same time. My mind is racing. You know what I'm saying? Like when Eminem was like, I keep going and going and going because my mind is racing. It's constantly, okay, I'm going to get this and get this. And I can do all at the same thing, but then there's few things in the mix that I'll forget. And then when I end up being frustrated, then I end up becoming an enemy to myself. That's how we go. So always make sure when you get up, I think I said this in the first one, always make sure that at the end of the day or in the morning, you go in the mirror and you ask yourself, is this the person I want to be? If the answer is no, then you know what you need to do. If the answer is yes and it's positive, then continue to be that person. Or at the end of the day, if you did good, you say, all right, I did good today. I'm going to do better tomorrow. You get up in the morning and you tell yourself, I promised myself I was going to do better than what I did the day before. And then you go ahead and do that. Small steps, baby steps. Give a quarter to somebody with their groceries. Teach somebody something. It doesn't matter what it is. Baby steps. But that's also therapy for you. That's also guidance for you. That's also soothing for you. Being able to do something for someone that you know they can't do for themselves, it should be pleasant for you. It should make you feel more than good. It should make you feel like you did that for you when you did it for someone else. That's how you should feel. So keep that in mind. And also, again, like you always hear me say, keep in mind that the kids are watching. They're watching. You know what was funny? Not to bring this up. Side note. Or maybe not side. It might have something to do with it. Because the baby, little dude, man. They all kids, man. But the baby, I had to dissect. I'm bringing that back. I had to dissect. Remember, enemy to self, though. I had to dissect that whole situation. Because if you're saying people have the freedom to make any kind of music that they want, then people should have the freedom to make any kind of music they want. What I don't like, this is how I'll break it down. Okay. The way I see how government makes laws, let's say I'm a mayor or some shit. And out of all the shit, all the crime and all the murders that be going on, I don't do anything. I don't do shit. But then something in my personal life happens. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I come up with a policy. Because I bring my own personal feelings to something that was about me. I have to make everyone else suffer for it. It's a lot of victim consciousness out here. Everybody want to be a goddamn victim. Everybody got this narcissistic way about them. And you need to stop, because ain't shit about you. Once you're not a child no more, ain't shit about you. Cut it out. Done. Shit, that shit done once you hit like 16 and shit. Because I know y'all, once you hit 16 and mom like, all right, nigga, get a job. You're done. You're done. It's not about you. It's only about you when you're at the childish age. When you're not a child anymore, it's not about you. You're not a victim unless you're an actual victim. I'll say it again. You're not a victim unless you're an actual victim of something. And for those who are, this ain't for you. I'm not talking about you. I am talking about people who like to pretend that they are victims to get that attention, because attention is the new currency. So I'm going to pretend that I am a victim of something because I just love to play victim. I am always the victim. It is always about me. Me. Look at me. Look at me. My life is nothing. That's how it is. Say I'm lying. Instagram, Facebook, everything is about attention is the new currency. It's all about look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Everybody want to be a victim. You ain't the victim of shit. If anything, you a suspect of the self. You're a goddamn suspect. Everybody's suspect. Sheesh. That was cool, y'all. That was cool. I had came on Instagram live while I was doing the YouTube live. So whoever on the IG didn't see the YouTube live, I'm about to put that up. That'll be up. And I'm beat, y'all. I'm done. I worked out earlier. You know what I mean? I ate some good food. You know what I mean? Protein and everything. Don't worry, I had vegetables. I ate vegetables. Calm down. Drank my water. See, I'm drinking water now. And I'm trying to get, man, I went on the scale. I'm not even going to tell you what the scale said. I'm not. It's disappointed. So I'm on it now. Yesterday, oh man, yesterday it was a shitload of cardio yesterday. And then I think the day before, we did like a 10-minute run. Had the time on for 10-minute run, 10-minute, man, that run alone burnt me out. And then asked, okay, well, why don't I work out right after the run? Yeah, I did that too. And then yesterday, I didn't go in the bag. Yesterday, but I did some light cardio. Today I went on the bag. I went on the long bag, you know what I mean? And I did my thing. I'm done. Because my legs are done. So anybody who didn't see, because I came on late on IG Live, but I was already on YouTube Live. So y'all could go and catch the beginning of that. And go ahead and when y'all go in there, please like it, subscribe, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. You know, leave a cherry, leave whipped cream. I don't know what the hell all that shit mean anyway. But go ahead and go and check that out. And then I'll start putting up more than just one a week. I'm kind of waiting till I get catch up with assignments and things like that. But what I'm going to do is on the weekend, I'm bringing the wackies back. So all of y'all who know a bunch of wackies, I'm bringing that back. So wackies is coming back. And so you'll see the whole family, the whole gang will be back doing stuff. So good night. YouTube, good night. IG, good night.